What's going on YouTube? It's Griff, and today someone asked, Griff, how do you keep your car so clean? Well, today I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do that. Let's get it cracking. I always start with the wheels first, guys. I want to get a good spray on those wheels. I want to spray all that brake dust off because it's just disgusting. So always start with the wheels. I used to do the opposite at one point, but what I would find is I would wash the entire car, then wash the wheels, rinse the wheels, and get everything all over the car again. So always start with the wheels, spray them down. I'm using a soft sponge in this case. I don't need a soft bristle brush because the wheels are already fairly clean. But if they were really, really dirty, I would use a soft bristle brush to get in there. So always start with the wheels first, guys. So the next thing we want to do, guys, is we want to spray the car down. I wash one half of the car at a time. I've had bad experiences with washing the entire car because by the time I get all the way around the car, one side has started to dry. You have soap film and grime, and it's just disgusting. Nobody wants to deal with that crap at all. So I usually do one side of the car at a time. I really give it a good spray down though because I want to get all that dirt and dust and grime off before I take my wash mitt and start washing the car. It's very important because if you wash your car with all that grime on it, all you're doing is washing that grime back into the paint and you're going to end up with scratches and swirl marks. And that's really not what you want to do. Now guys, I'm using one red bucket of water for this entire car. Not a good thing to do. However, I did dump the water from the wheels and I did start with a new fresh bucket of water. Alrighty, so I got my handy dandy wash mitt, and what I'm gonna do is wash this thing from the top down. That's how I wash all my joints. I go from the top of the car down. The lower part of the car where all of the dirt and grime is from the street, I usually do that part second. So I will wash the top portion of the car and then I'll move to the lower section after I complete the top part because again, I don't want to mix that dirt and grime into the paint and start swirling it. The other thing you want to do is you want to wash your car in long brush strokes, not in a circular motion. Not in a circular motion. Wow. You really don't want to wash the car in a circular motion, but I'm a professional. I'm a professional detailer. You may have seen me on ESPN. So I'm allowed to do that. I'm just doing it for viewing purposes for you guys. Yeah, right. So you really don't want to wash the car in a circular motion. You want to keep long strokes to avoid putting swirl marks in the paint. So what you see here is me doing something very, very wrong, and you will never see me do this again on any video where I'm washing this car or any other car that I have. So these are some of the things where I told you it's going to get a little bit sketchy. Don't wash your car in a circular motion. If you want to do it like that, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. This is Ask Griff. Somebody asked Griff, how do you keep your car so clean? So Griff is telling you how he does it. Do not wash the car in a circular motion if you want to keep your stuff nice and crisp like I do. Do long, straight strokes to get the dirt off the car, and then you're going to give it a good rinse. On another note, I know I'm 6'4", but damn, this car looks small with me standing next to it. So the next thing we want to do is give it a good thorough rinse. We want to make sure we get all that soap off the car before we move on to the next step. Now don't forget, guys, I'm doing a top-down approach. So I'm washing the car from the top down to the bottom. I didn't wash the bottom of the car yet, so I still need to get to that. So I'm going to rinse all of that soap off from the previous section, and then I'm going to move on to the lower half of the car and the rocker panels. So again, you want to make sure you give the car a thorough rinse at this point to get rid of all that soap suds. All right, guys, on to bad move number 3. Remember that red bucket I told you about? Well, I'm still using the same damn red bucket. I didn't even rinse it this time. So I'm using the same wash mitt that I washed the rest of the car to wash the lower half of the car. So from a process point of view, you want to go top down, do the top, then do the lower half of the car. But what I should have done here is emptied that bucket, clean the wash mitt, make sure I get any grime out of it so I don't scratch the lower portion of the car. Again, bad move number 3. Don't do this. rinse your buckets, or have multiple buckets for washing your car. All right, easy peasy, guys. Next thing we want to do is just rinse off the lower half of the car. Want to make sure we get all that soap off to avoid any soap marks. I'm looking at myself on this video and damn, this car looks small. Maybe I should have got a Hellcat. Nah, you won't see Big Griff in a Hellcat. Corvette fan for life, baby. All right, so the next thing I do, guys, is take my Griff sham and dry the car down. This thing absorbs water like crazy. You can literally just lay it on the car and it just sucks up water. So I just lay it on, kind of wipe it down in straight strokes, absorb all the water, wring it out, come back and hit it again. I'm sorry, I keep looking at myself on this video, guys. This car looks crazy small. I think my next video is gonna be how do I fit in this Corvette? Because I'm just looking at myself, this just looks crazy. How often do you see yourself outside of your car like this? And this just looks nuts to me. Next video, how do I fit in this damn car? All right, so we're approaching the finish line, guys. So the last thing that I do is take a soft microfiber cloth and I dry the wheels. Now I wash the wheels first, that's the first thing I do on a car, but you'll notice it's the last thing that I dry on the car. So again, I take a nice soft microfiber cloth and I go to the wheels and I just start wiping them down. I get all the watermarks that may be on the wheels, but this step, guys, is just common sense. You know, if you're washing and rinsing your car, the wheels are always gonna get some overspray. So again, this is just a common sense step. Anybody who tells you to wash and dry the wheels on the front end, that's just ridiculous to me. Again, you ask Griff, how do I keep my joints clean? This is how Griff does it. Drying my wheels is the very last thing that I do as far as washing the car. And then I move on to the detail pieces. We are just about finished, guys. The next thing I do is put a final detail on the car and dress the tires. Whatever product you use, I can tell you this much, make sure you keep it on the outer edge of the tire. Griff made the mistake of getting some of this stuff onto the tire surface, and let's just say I almost killed my damn self that day. Very bad, very bad. So keep it on the outer edge. I know we like to keep it nice and crisp and clean, and you're flossing and it's, damn, look at that shine. But trust me, and there's the finished product. Ain't she pretty? For more car pics, check me out at Instagram at ask_Griff.